500cc bike. You guys are down in the comments going, is it better than the KX? Is it better than the CR? Is it better than the WR? We brought all of the big boards that we could get our hands on out here to the Kelley Farm, and we're gonna find out for you guys. We're gonna do some lap times. We're filming this on our iPhones, old school YouTube style, just for you guys to make you happy. And we brought a YZ250 with a BRC 500cc YZM kit. This is a modern day 500cc bike. It's counterbalanced in a YZ250 chassis. This is as good as it gets for the modern day. We brought a last generation KX500. This is a 1998. We brought a last generation CR500. This is a 1997. This is my baby. We've got Yamaha's 500 of 1992, the WR. We've got Suzuki's 500 of 1983, the RM500. And we have possibly the most iconic open bike that Honda ever made, the Danny Magoo style CR480. This is gonna be a fun one today, guys. This bike is it's counterbalanced, so it doesn't have a bunch of vibration. It's almost like riding a 450, so it's super smooth, rolls on nice. It does have a power valve and everything, so it makes a really fun, mellow, rideable power. We just threw down some good lap times on the YZM 500cc machine. It is very foggy out here, complete Pacific Northwest style. I'm digging it. Kelley Farm's just sick for this because the track is like an old school 500cc track. You know, pretty high speed, got some cool sweepers and stuff, so it's really fun on these open bikes. Just finished up on the KX. Honestly, such a solid bike, especially for back in 1998. I haven't ridden the KX500 before this, so it's all new to me, but it feels really good. The power from bottom to top is super smooth. Obviously a lot shakier than the BRC bike, just because it doesn't have a counterbalancer, but overall this is a really solid chassis. Like, I like how the rider triangle sits on it, but we're on to the CR next. We are midway through the lineup. We have now done all of the water-cooled bikes. I know what you're thinking. You're going, hey, you haven't told us any of the times yet. We're gonna send it on over to the stopwatch man himself, the Dwayne Brown, and see where we're stacking up here.
The fully accurate phone, I think we got it. Let's see, BRC 500, best lap time on that, 1:42.92. And then on the KX500, the best lap time on that one was 1:45.20. And then the CR500, best lap time, 1:44.32.
All right, we're gonna fire up some of the air-cooled pingers now and see what we get. Just got finished up with the CR500. I had by far the most fun on it. This is a high revving, no power valve engine. The chassis honestly feels a lot more modern day than any of the other 500s. So it's really fun, kind of short in the back, the way that we have this thing set up. And dude, it was really good. Just finished up on the 1992 WR500. This bike was really fun because it still has disc brakes and everything, but it has an air-cooled engine. The other three that we just rode are all liquid-cooled, so they're a lot more consistent. But this, it's fun because you have to ride it and know that it's gonna get hot at the same time. You never know what it's gonna do. I mean, back in the day, at the end of a national, I can't imagine how hot these bikes ran, but it's really fun, and I'm excited to share the lap times with you guys. 6 hours later, we got a bunch of time on every single one of the bikes. As you can tell, man, each one of them are super different from each other, and it was super awesome to get to rip these things out at the Kelley Farm. YZM500, modern day, counterbalanced, hard to go wrong with that. I mean, YZ250 stroke chassis, aluminum frame, I love it. KX500, legendary, power valve, super fun bike. I mean, the highlight of that for me was just how smooth the power was from bottom to top. CR500, non-power valve, explosive power, super fun to ride. Kind of a long frame. It really worked with this chassis and this engine combination. I think this one overall felt the best to me. Maybe the lap time wasn't quite there, but it was just really good. Everything was clicking. WR, super simple, air-cooled engine, disc brakes. For its time, I mean, it's a pretty dang good bike. It's super interesting how it handles because it feels really long. I don't know if it is or not, but the rider triangle was kind of small, which I really like. So that's like a highlight of this thing. The 480, legendary, such a good bike. The suspension, obviously super soft, doesn't have disc brakes, but just getting to ride this thing around the track, I had a smile the whole time. I'm interested to see what the lap time is on it. Last but not least, the RM500. 1983. If you think about that, that is a long time ago, but Suzuki was so far ahead with their full floater rear end. I mean, it's impressive every single time I get on this bike. Again, not disc brakes, so it's hard to really go fast on it, but my dad is here with all the times. He's gonna go through from fastest to slowest and kind of give you guys a little rundown on how it went.
All right, the fastest one, YZM500. It ended up going to 1:42.9 was your fastest time on that one.
All right.
So that one, modern day stuff there. CR500, that was the second fastest one.
Dude, for its time, it's a dang good bike. I can tell you guys that.
Yeah, that thing was a ripper too. 1:44.4 on that.
All right.
Was your best time. KX500, third. And that one, the best time on that one was a 1:45.20.
All right.
So pretty close.
Yeah, they're all three of them are pretty close so far.
Yep. So that was good. And then let me get back to this one. The WR500 was the next fastest one. Guess the last of them with the disc brake.
Yeah, last of the disc brakes.
Yep. So that one was a 1:46.3.
All right.
1:46.3 on that one.
Not bad for an air cooler.
Yeah, not
Let's
too
be honest
bad.
here.
And then the 480. I think you looked the fastest on the 480.
To be completely honest, I felt like I was shredding the 480, and then I looked back at some of the video, and I definitely was not shredding it as hard as the other bikes.
Yeah, well, it looked good. I think because it was all over the place, maybe, but it looked good. Yeah, so 1:49.1 on that.
Yep.
So that was your best time on the 480. And then last but not least, RM500, and it was super close. It was a 1:49.3.
So it was right there.
Yeah, about the same. Yeah.
Overall, pretty impressive how close like some of the bikes really are. Like as far as the air-cooled drum brake bikes, they're all really close. The liquid-cooled bikes, they're all really close. It's pretty crazy to see like the technology gaps between them all over the time. I mean, such a cool era of the sport, the 500s. Need to bring them back. It's pretty cool that BRC and some other guys are kind of bringing back the big bores, but man, we had some fun today.